Lunch Tray here with ranked 8.0 in the gearing in the Tears of the Desert Epicenter. So I don't think I've featured an Epicenter match, if I'm not mistaken. I don't get these too often. So excited to share with you today's battle, which is going to be help you figure out how to get out of a certain said situation.
Battle starts.
So, let's see, looking around here, I've got a gearing there, and then, what's the other ship? Yeah, Holland. Okay, so as customary, we will look at the ship lineup here. So we can see we have a Republic, Ecoscurfus, Rooster, Alexander Nevsky, Gearing, Summers, Shimakaze, and Holland. And then on our team, we can see that we actually have they're both the radars, 3 Gearings and a Holland. So I feel somewhat comfortable with our lineup. So 2 radars on the enemy team, 2 radars on our team. So the Rooster has the classic 9-kilometer radar. I really wish the Rooster had a 10-kilometer, but it's 9-kilometer. Then Alexander Nevsky should be, if I have this correctly in my brain, it should be like the standard Russian 12-kilometer radar, as well as our 15-second 12-kilometer radar here, and then I think the Moskva carries that 30-second radar. So we're just going to keep working up along the line here. And we're going to see what's happening here. I'm kind of waiting to see what's going on. I'd like to know where the radar cruisers are. And I was originally going to see if there's going to contest the center cap, which the enemy team is, and so already having Holland and Gearing there, there's no need for me to also be there at the same time with them. So we're going to keep pushing up a little bit farther, so we can see that Republic has already been spotted.
Enemy force detected.
And the Moskva is going to take some early shots. Yeah, so the important thing to keep in mind when you're playing Epicenter matches, Summers, is cap control. Because you'll have players who just avoid taking any of the caps, like it's like the plague. You'll have teammates do that. So we need to make sure that we're contesting them, try to get control of 1 or 2, which is typically hard to do. It comes more down to maybe destroying some ships. So try to get rid of the Summers maybe before the Gearing goes down, because I don't see the Gearing making it very long. The Gearing made a critical mistake of turning left when he really should have came in behind the island, because there's a Wooster, Alexander Nevsky, Republic, and Ecoscurfus all there to light him up. So I'm going to keep taking advantage of the smoke that the Gearing laid down. We're going to keep line firing a little bit because we know he's roughly on that course. See if we can't do any little extra damage to him. Alright, so we've forced the Summers away right now. We can see that the Holland, the Gearing, and the Shima are all kind of laid out in a pretty good manner. So I go ahead and pop off torpedoes on the Republic here. I'm expecting him to turn in and go left. I think that's what I was thinking when I did that. Yeah, and there he goes turning. So I'm at max range right now, and I want to say max range. I mean, I'd preferably like to be closer, but with the Summers, I don't want the Republic to necessarily know that I am torpedoing him. Alright, so we're kind of going to back off. I don't want to get too far away. I only had the Moskva on my flank supporting me, so even if I do find the Summers, I know I'm going to mostly be on my own. So we'll get 2 torpedoes and 2 floodings on the Republic, and let's see, looks like we're gonna get maybe 2 more here, or just 1. Yeah, just 1 and no flooding. So it looks like he's already used his damage repair since our damage counter is not ticking anymore. So I decided to go ahead and open up and start shooting. see if I can't get him set on fire. And it is during the midst of this that I make a foobar moment. I think there's two things I do wrong here. So the Summers has me detected. I repair, but it's like I forgot that my smoke screen exists. Because I'm gonna get hit really good here in a minute. Right there. And I messed that up. And I don't know, I honestly can't tell you why I didn't smoke up. I have no idea why I was acting like I didn't have a smoke screen, because I really should have used a smoke screen there. So this is going to put me in a really bad spot. My repair party's on cooldown. I have a fire burning, continuing to chip away at my HP. It's going to drop me underneath 6,000. And I drop torpedoes, maybe hoping to hit something. So I've just messed up. And so I say in chat that I made a bad decision. So, what does this mean when you're a destroyer player and you're pretty low on HP? Well, for one, that means I'm going to be playing much more reserved. I'm not going to be pushing up like I had been. Our Petro takes out the enemy gearing. It means I'm going to be falling back to be more closer to my allies and supporting them. But also, I'm going to focus more on caps, especially in Epicenter. I can, if there's none of our teammates are in the outer cap, I can at least prevent the enemy team from the damage going up, or their point intake going up.
Get back!
Now I'm telling the Moscow to get back because he really has no business pushing in. If anything, see if I can control the camera. Nope, can't do it. If you look on the map, he should have gone back in behind this island, because as you can see here, the enemy team consists of 5 ships, and they're all in this area. And for the Moscow to be pushing up is a really bad decision. He needs to get this island between him and them, which I'm not sure if the enemy team is going to permit that to happen. So I'm still expecting them to keep pushing up, so I'm going to just keep staggering out these torps and dumping them in a general direction. I want them to be hesitant knowing that there's still a destroyer here that is dumping torpedoes on them. So that's when this, I know the Summers is somewhere, I'm going to say probably G8, roughly. He's probably somewhere that area. So I'm kind of, the reason why I'm kind of hanging around here is I want to defend this flank.
Smoke generator started.
And I popped smokescreen a little early here. Now he's about to come into my range, so I can start lighting him up, but then no one else is spotting him, so that was kind of wasted on my part. Now I slip into the next cap. Oh, and he does eat a torpedo, flooding. That's great. Because the Petro Plavos, or Petro on our team, is contesting the outer ring cap. But I'm looking at him now, realizing he is pushing into the next center ring. So then I decide that I need to get back into the outer cap ring to prevent their points going up, because I just want to hold them back. I really don't want them to get close in case things go south, since it's still 6 to 5, so things could still go about our very poor direction. Now Summer still hasn't been detected for a while. I know he's still probably out around here somewhere. The Moscow pops his radar, and now the Summers is down south. So the Summers really should have pushed me. To be honest, I don't know why he held back, but he did. So we're going to use this smoke. We're going to use this island here to get some damage, so we get some fires going on the Grossker first. Now the Grossker first really, it would have benefited him if he had another ship with him, but because he's solo, he's going to be the focus on. I think our Moscow is focusing him. Right now the Petro can come up here and be putting shots into his side, while the enemy team, he denies the enemy team having any angle on him. So he's taken several good hits here. So we've got more torpedoes on the Ray, and we're just going to keep hitting him. It's hard to get a fire going on him. I'm trying to focus on that superstructure. Just tuning in. With my smoke screen about to go down, I want to go ahead and re-angle. and we finish him off as he was actually healing back up there. So we'll stop that. So because we've been focusing on preventing the enemy team from having a points intake on this outer cap ring while we secured the inner cap ring, that's great. Especially having our Petro and Moskva, just their presence alone in a center cap is great. Because when I play this map, I really actually prefer to be on this side, just because of how it seems like you can better utilize this island. So that's great. So I almost had this, yeah, so we're continuing to take the exterior. So Petro pops his radar again. And yeah, so that is how you play gearing, in my opinion, or a destroyer in general. When you take, I mean, I don't know why, I just completely messed up earlier, and I should have just popped a smoke screen. There's no reason for me to take that much damage. So then you just fall back and you play it safe. When it comes to this map, it's much harder to do it in a map with caps when you have them spread out, and it tends to mean you have to be aggressive, and with a low HP pool, it's just not good. It's not good to have that low of a health pool when you're dealing in a destroyer when you can be easily taken out. So our team's going to keep pushing up a little bit farther. The Moskva is taking up the position that the Petro is in. The Petro is going to go farther. He knows that the destroyer is not immediately around. And the Summers, just he should have played a bit more aggressive there towards, I mean, midway through, but that's what happens. So let's go to post-battle results. Alright, so as you see here, in this battle I reached rank 7, which is actually how I ended the season. I ended on rank 7. Just really didn't have the time to keep pushing forward, and felt pretty good to get from rank 8 to rank 7. Which means that gives us 15 victory salute camouflages and 400 steel. I'd love to have more steel, but alas, here we are. Alright, so we did 98,000 damage, 286,000 credits, almost 6,000 experience, and 353 free experience, with 1 destroyed, 5 torpedo hits, and 4 floodings. We were mounting all signals that would help with chance of flooding, as well as mounting the flag to prevent detonation, because that is pretty important when you're playing in ranked battles especially. So, in looking here, we can see that the Petro did a great job. He took first place with the 4 kills, and I came in second, and then proceeding so on and so forth. And as the damage we did, mostly we did the damage on the Republic and the Ghost Curve first, as well as getting some good hits on the Summers there in the beginning. And then we walked away with 138,000 credits. So that, in my opinion, is how you play a destroyer in a ranked match when it comes to specifically the Epicenter match. When you lose a lot of HP, there's no sense for you to keep charging forward, especially when you don't have heal buffs going like in the arms race. You know, when you're in Epicenter, just fall back and just focus on cap control if it's possible, because the enemy team just walked out and left the caps alone while we were able to secure the center cap with the Petro and was it oh, I forgot the other, or Moskva that was on our team with our radar. So that really helps push any destroyers away. So if you liked today's video, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down. Subscribe if you want to see more. And if you have already subscribed, thank you very much. And until next time, take care.